The unit I reviewed was Farm Diaries, so it was about a day in the life of different farmers in the different aspects of agriculture, and it was great. I found it really an excellent unit for the early years children. I've been teaching for a long time and I'm always learning, new ideas, but I love the fact that this came from an inquiry approach. In our early years classroom, we actually have a strong focus ourselves on using that inquiry method of teaching. And for us, because we had a brand new Australian curriculum to learn, one of the things that was recommended is that you could, investigate the Australian curriculum using that inquiry approach. So it's something that we took on board, and I think early years classrooms particularly do that well, starting with a question and, working from what the children know and then exploring a little bit further.
Farms have lots of different types of animals on them. Each animal has a purpose.
Because the curriculum is so crowded, you have to integrate everything or you'd never ever get through it. So with this one unit of Farm Diaries, you could actually be talking about farms, so you're covering your SOS and also your science, but also they linked in the maths and design and technology, which was great, I thought, and the little, what we call the elaborations, you could just click on them and it would bring up, how that fitted in, what outcome it was covering in the curriculum. So you're ticking lots of boxes in the one unit, which I particularly like. The children have access to iPads in the classroom, and as you work through the unit you would get them to look at things like the e-books and different things. I thought it was very user friendly, so but that was a real high point. All the work was done really. I did notice too that it worked with this 5 E's model, the engage, elaborate, all of those, which teachers are using already in the primary connections science units. So I think it's great the way they put a lot of thought into it. It's excellent. It certainly gives any teacher confidence in teaching agriculture and primary industries. And we're so busy trying to jam everything in that the more easy that they can make resources for teachers to use, then the more it helps us. After I'd done this, I looked at my class list and there would be 80% of our children who are from either a viticulture or farming background. So in order to make learning relevant for children, you always try and tap into something, with that they can connect to in their experience. But for city teachers, I think it's brilliant. There's so much information, and also for us, it's not that we know everything. It's a great resource there for educating the community, because children will go home and share their learning with their families. We've always, I think, had a fair focus on primary industries because it was such a rich resource in our community. So we've always gone out to farms, or at Vintage, we've gone to see grapes being harvested. So I think it is something we've done, but probably not in the detail that's provided here. This great unit will allow me to really look into aspects of agriculture that I possibly might have overlooked in the past, because it's all there and the resources are excellent. The e-books, the YouTube links, it is all there. I think there's absolutely no excuses not to teach agriculture and primary industries in a really rich and meaningful way.